So I am good to go there. I'm going to join you in my chair. So we have 30-30 style today, sort of. So our 30-30 regular VFit, it's 30 moves, 15 the first half, 15 the second. So what we have is 15 moves, 50 seconds each. We'll have a break and we'll repeat those same 15 moves the second half of class. But let's start with just a little warm up. Just open and close the arms, stretching through the back, stretching through the shoulders, warming up the shoulders. And then we will, so if you want to use weights, right, you'll just kind of be holding them for the whole class or putting them down at any time that you like. Let's take them up and down, little arm jacks here. So if you do use weights, I wouldn't go really heavy. I've got my 2 pounds that I'm going to use for just as long as it works for me. Welcome, Alyssa. Welcome, Lillian. Nice. Let's add a little bit of legs to this. So just kind of a tap under, warming up the abs a little bit. I'm just like kind of squeezing, show your muscles, right? Right there, maybe that little twist. Hey, Jeannie, it's so good to see you. Welcome, welcome. So we're just warming up here a little bit, and then we'll get into our official moves. 15 moves twice, 50 seconds each, so 30-30 style. You got it right here. And then let's just kind of march it out. And then we'll carry this march. I'll officially set the timer here and say 30 seconds, 20 seconds. And this will be our first move. So if you would like to hold your weights, here would be the time to reach down, grab those weights. And I'm going to turn that timer on. And we'll go into our first official 50 seconds on of marching. So 30 moves, 30 minutes, 50 seconds on each move. You hold those weights as long as you like. You drop them whenever you want. Again, I wouldn't go above 5 pounds. It's just a lot of movement on the joints. I've got my 2 pounders. Water bottles work, soup cans. Yeah, I love it, Sarah. Perfect. You got it right here. Awesome. Looks great, Cheryl. So we do want to make sure we're sitting nice and tall. I actually find a chair workout works that core even more than standing sometimes because we don't have our legs really to help the core out. So pull that navel to the spine, chest is lifted, reaching through the crown of your head. Move number 2 coming up. We're going to take a little punch, 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 punch. And I'm tapping that leg out in the opposite direction. Punch, punch. So I'm not really just reaching, I'm punching, pulling in and out from the chest. You got it right there. Looks great, awesome, Jeannie. Nice, Lillian. That heart rate's going to go up. And that's what we're after. Perfect, Amy. Side to side. So I was playing around with just like some typical cardio type moves and playing with how we could recreate them in the chair. And we can recreate just about everything. We're going to come into kind of this 4-knee punch to one side. Looks like this. Other way. So just a little like knee tap and punch. So if you've done this move with me in a standing class, right, we're kind of moving, but it works perfect right here in our chair. So knee punch. It's like where we're driving somebody out of our space. Like, don't mess with us. Right? This is my house. We got it right there. Looks great, Betsy. I know you're doing great. Awesome, Marty, as well. We got it right here. 10 seconds to go. We're going to go into a heel dig with an overhead press. 3, 2, and 1. Dig the heel down. So as I step out, I'm flexing the foot and tapping that heel down. So you can kind of see that right there. And I'm pressing overhead. I'm going to get into those triceps as we press overhead. I've got my elbows forward. Now you could press overhead here. We have more of kind of that lat position in a bit. So if you hold your elbows forward, you're going to get into those triceps. Digging the heels, flexing the foot, working the shin. That's it. Looks great, Lillian. You got it, Alyssa. Nice, Fran. Hang on to it. We're going to take these arms to the side and our heel digs to the side for our cheerleaders right here. So now I'm pulling one arm in as I reach long, tapping side to side. Now, if you're like me, right, those shoulders start to burn a little bit more than I want. We just drop those weights for a little while, and I can pick them back up whenever I want. So you have the options the whole time, with or without the weights. We got it right here. 15 seconds to go. We're gonna go into that knee pull, knee to elbow. 25 seconds one side, 25 the other. And that's coming up in 6. You got it. Welcome, Joanne. Welcome, Teresa. Here we go. So turn a little bit to your right. Pull across, right elbow to left knee. Knee pull. Again, with or without our weights. I could also be doing kind of one arm. My arms are getting kind of tired because one arm's getting a break. When I switch sides in a moment, the second arm will get a break. You got it right here. 5 seconds to the switch. Nice, Lillian. And switch sides right here. Welcome, Evelyn. You've been there. I'm just sorry I missed giving you the welcome. Pull across, pull across. That's it right here. We got it. We're going to come into that front punch with those L arms, or front kick with the L arms, I should say. 2 and 1. So here's our kicking. And we're kind of making an L. One arm punches forward, one arm to the side. And I can get, you know, really twisty here if that doesn't make me dizzy. But if it does, face forward. You don't have to turn side to side. Now coming up, we have our hacky sack. We're gonna have our reverse hacky sack, just like that ham curl. And then we'll have our front hacky sack, which is kind of that inner thigh work. You got it. Keep sitting nice and tall. So if you catch yourself, like I just caught myself, I was like starting to slouch down. Great, I want to pull up. I want to stay nice and tall. Hey, Lauren, welcome. We got it right here. Punch and kick. Here come the ham curls, or what I like to call the reverse hacky sack, right here. You got it. So a little wobble in your seat, side to side, getting a little more into the back of the leg. That's it. Nicely done, my friends. Hang in there. You're getting a little tricep, especially if you are holding the weight. So remember, weights are optional. Getting the tricep whether I'm holding a weight or not, but the weights may make that tricep burn just a little bit more. You got it. Right here. Come on. So I call this my reverse hacky sack. It's like a ham curl, but it just always makes me think of those little hacky sacks that you kicked off the back of your ankle. And we're going to come into our front hacky sack. So you get more into that inner thigh right here. So here I can keep my hands kind of low, right? And I'm like taking my hand to my inner ankle. If I want more, right, I can pull my hands up higher. And then I could really get big with my hands, right? And really get more into this twisting. So options, my shoulders are really, you know, bothering me a bit. Stay a little lower, a little medium, or really big, right? Pulling down. All right, my friends. We are over that halfway point of the first half. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 6 moves to go, I think. Jump rope is coming up. I'll give you those options on the jump rope. I am feeling those arms even with just these 2-pound weights. Woo! All right, here we go, jump rope. So here's kind of our just traditional, typical jump rope. Swinging our rope, bouncing our feet. You could march your feet. So if the bouncing of 2 of them together, or I like to sometimes do heel digs, especially if my hip flexor's cramping up a little bit. So if your hip flexor starts to cramp, do those heel digs. Let's just swing our rope backwards. Second half, swing that rope backwards. You got it right here. Now coming up, cross jack. So it's a little different than any of the jacks we've done. Show you that cross jack. I will tell you, I like a cross jack in a chair way better than I like a cross jack standing. We got it right here. 2 and 1, cross jack. So my arms are crossing like they're sliding across the table, and my feet are crossing, and I'm trying to alternate which foot switches in front. Now I can slow this down, right? So pick that level. I can drop my weights, right? Or I can pick up that pace. If the crossing of the feet is uncomfortable, you can always just kind of keep a regular jack on the feet, and they don't have to cross. So sometimes that cross can pull on the back a little. So you've got all those options. Awesome, Lauren. Shout out Teresa and Joanne. I know you're working so hard. Hang in there, my friends. We're going into half back kick on the right, then half back kick on the left. Your arms get a break for this one. 2 and 1. Turn a little bit to the right. It's kick and tap, kick and tap, kick and tap. Right there. Now, if you wanted some more arm, you could always punch that right arm. You could punch the right and the left arm. Right? But if you're like me, your arms are like, oh, I want a break. You just hold your arms still. Give them that break. Really working that booty, that hamstring. So which sides? Kick and tap, kick and tap, kick and tap. Now the second half, I'll give you the option if you like. You could stay without the tap and hold the kick. I'll show you that second time through, second half of class. We're gonna go into a little boxing move coming up. It's gonna be 2 punches with the right arm, uppercut with the left. Looks like this: punch, punch, uppercut, punch, punch, uppercut, punch, punch, uppercut. Right there. Do 25 seconds one side, 25 seconds the other. Punch, punch, uppercut. And I've kind of got my left leg back behind me, so I'm getting to use this left hip to help with that uppercut. Switch sides. Punch, punch, uppercut. Punch, punch, uppercut. So I'm really using that back leg. Now coming up, we have our move where you do have the option to stand. If you do not want to stand up, you do not have to. I'm going to give you an alternative. You got it right here. So if your balance feels good, you feel good with standing, you're going to just sit and stand. If you're like, nope, doesn't feel good today, I want you to really work the quad. So I'm not kicking, right? I'm not just kicking. I'm lifting and kicking, lift and kick. It's a little bit slower than just an actual kick, but it's digging into that quad more. So if you do not want to stand, take that little kick. Otherwise, we're getting our squats here. One more move coming up before break time. You got this. Hang on to it. Lift and stand, sit and stand. Only if that works for you. 5 seconds. We're going to end with some quick feet. We're going to see how fast we can make those feet move. Here we go. Quick, 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 quick. Shake and bake. Now you can hold them center. You can hold them wide. Or you can boogie those legs out and in, or even side to side. So maybe we go out and in and left and right and out and in and left and right. Right, I know I did that backwards, right? So if you want to kind of put all of these together just at a pace that works for you, or you can stay center and wide, or just center, or just wide. 5 seconds to go. Woo, I feel my hips. And break right there, my friends. All right, take a break, grab some water. 30-30 style, we get 1 break, it's 50 seconds long. And then in this class, we're gonna do the same 15 moves again instead of 15 new ones. Get some water. Now, if you used weights and your arms are feeling fatigued, you don't have to use weights the second half. Maybe you didn't use weights the first half, you wanna try it the second half. Right, you have all of those options. All right, you got about 15 seconds to go. We're gonna start back with that marching and pumping of the arms. So if you're using weights, find those. Set yourself up towards the edge of your chair, shoulders relaxed, set nice and tall. 3, 2, and 1, right here. So how do we make it more cardio? We move faster, we move bigger, right? If we need to back off on the cardio, slower, maybe smaller, right? So you are in control. Maybe you add the weights, maybe you take the weights away. You got it, Cheryl. Looks great, Jeannie. Name's Sarah. I just love this team. You all are so amazing. We've got our side punch with that side lunge coming up. We're gonna punch that weight out and pull it back in towards the chest. 2 and 1, right here. Punch, 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 punch. So I'm not punching and then just kind of swinging around, right? I'm pulling that weight. I'm punching it out and in, out and in, out and in. Punch, punch, punch. We don't want to leave that arm hanging out there, right? Because that leaves our face, that leaves our guard down, makes us risk to our opponent, or makes it risky for us. So punch out, pull in, get your guard back to your face. You got it. And we're gonna drive our opponent out of our ring, right? 4 punches with that knee to each side. It's a new move here for chair fit. 2 and 1, right here. Other way. It's like 2 people trying to invade your space and you're not having it. Back it up, buddy. That's it. Awesome, Evelyn. You got it, Cheryl. Looks great, Lauren. Love it, Betsy and Amy. Where's Fran? She's still rocking it out. Amazing. This team is on fire. Never miss a Monday. I do have my Never Miss a Monday shirt on. I always forget to wear it on Monday. I remembered today. That heel dig, overhead press coming up. Those elbows are going to be to the front right here. So I'm going to keep my elbows front. That gets a little bit more in my triceps. Now you're going to feel like your arms are moving faster, your legs are moving slower, right? Because it takes a little bit. Our arms are shorter, they can move through that range of motion quicker. You got it. Now to really keep that intensity on, you saw me, I'm kind of letting my elbows come down and press them all up. But if I hold my elbows right here, shoulder height and higher, right, I never get that release through the shoulder and the tricep. So if you want more muscle tone, keep those elbows up. You got it. And then come our cheerleaders. So the heel dig to the side, pulling our pom-poms. This is where I have to give my arms a little bit of a break. So you can always drop those weights. You got it, Lillian. Awesome, Sarah. Looks great, Jeannie. Side to side, right there. And then I could go a little faster or a little slower. Whatever is a little bit challenging to my body today. Every day is a little bit different. You got it. And we'll go into those knee pulls in about 12 seconds. So your body knows the moves this time, this half. Here we go. In 3, 2, and 1. So a little bit to the right. Pull across. So I can stay smaller, or I can really reach. Now, if you have some back issues, right, some low back pain, stay a little smaller. If you're feeling nice and healthy through your low back, you can reach bigger, but that is some twisting, some torquing on that spine. And then switch sides. So you can always, again, stay a little bit smaller if your back needs more stability. Front kick L punch coming. So one arm will go forward, one arm to the side. And 3, 2, and 1 right here. Set nice and tall. So this is the one where I really have this habit. I start to like kind of sink down. I want to pull nice and tall, engage my core. If your shoulders have like had enough, right? We've done a lot of shoulder work. You could always take your punches kind of down, right? To give your shoulders more of a break. You could drop the weights. You can get as twisty as you like, again, through your spine if it's nice and healthy. Hacky sacks are coming out to the back and then to the front. 15 seconds. That's it. Now what I'm gonna have to try to figure out is how we could do a chair burpee, right? So when one of you have a birthday party, a birthday, right? Here we go, reverse hacky sack. I have not, I mean, I know we could definitely stand up and like use the chair versus the ground. I'm gonna play around with that to come up with a chair version of a burpee. So if you've got some ideas, feel free to share, because I don't know that that's one that like really exists other than kind of using the chair for the floor and doing kind of a regular burpee. I have a pool version of a burpee. So for like a water aerobics class, different one for the chair. All right, we got it right here. So if anybody has a birthday coming up, give me some warning so I can come up with a burpee. All right, almost done with these reverse hacky sacks. We're gonna go into the front, getting into that inner thigh. Here we go, right here. So remember, if I wanna keep the arms a little bit lower, I can. Medium, or I can really kind of get this full lat pull. So remember, I told you you'd have that lat pull, push and pull, side to side. And then I'm almost like pulling, you know, down, down, and getting more of a twist in there. Get more abdominal work, more low back work. Then comes our jump rope. Is coming up, 12 seconds. You got it. Looks great, ladies. And gents, I know you're there, Marty, even though you're hiding. 3, 2, 1. Here's our jump rope. We'll swing the rope forward the first half. So remember, I could march my feet, and I like to sometimes heel dig just to ease up that hip flexor. Try to set nice and tall. So through everything, we're trying not to get all hunched, nice and tall. So you're working through this core for all of it. If you're starting to feel a little bit fatigued, you're right on track. We're in that fourth quarter. We're coming near the end. If you're working at a good pace, reverse the arms. If you're going at a good pace for your body, you should start to feel a little bit of fatigue here. If you need to slow it down to be able to push back through to the end, do so. If you need to drop your weights and then maybe grab them back. Here come our cross jacks. So cross and open, cross and open, cross and open. I'm gonna drop my weights. And I wanna set nice and tall. And if that cross is an issue, right, I can just kind of keep my arms crossing and do kind of regular jack legs. You got it right here. Now I haven't tried to do like a crazy jack with the cross. Maybe something like that. Woo! Put that little crazy in there if you like. You know, always challenging. Always trying to just see what's there. We're coming into those back kicks. It's a great place to rest your arms, or you can add a punch to it. 3, 2, and 1. So this is what we did the first half, right? Tap, maybe kick, 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 right? So even though we're setting that constant kicking without tapping down, it's gonna work that body a little bit more. It's gonna make your abs work a little bit more. So if you wanna try that, whoo, that is burning the hamstring. So if you wanna try to not tap down this last time, you can. 3, 2, switch sides, right there. So you get kind of this little balance. I'm like gonna fall out of the chair here in a minute. I can also kind of hold on to my chair if I need to. Or of course I can stick with my tap. You got it. Now here come our 2 punches with our uppercut. 2 and 1. So punch, punch, uppercut. Punch, punch, uppercut. So we're using this left hip on this first one to pull us through that uppercut. Punch, punch, uppercut. You got it right there. So feel free, right, to take some of these variations that you're learning in here and take them into a regular, you know, non-chair class, but use a chair. So if you have an injury, anything like that. Molly, one of our members, like she did all the classes in the chair for a while, or if it was broken or fractured, or I don't know, that's the same thing, right? Strained in some way. So you can always take these moves into any class. Now we have our sit to stand, right, which is our squat, or lift, straighten, down, lift, straighten, and down. So a little bit of a cardio breather here if you're doing this one, but you're gonna seriously work that quad. Nice, and then if you wanted, right, you could, oh, that takes coordination. I could try to add a little upper body to that, or I can simply sit and stand. And we'll finish up with those quick feet, and it'll be all about the stretch for the last like 2.5 minutes. You got it right here. So I do like having that chair under me for a squat. So I've got it there for support. I could also be doing just upper body here, doing some overhead presses, something like that. 3, 2, and 1. Here come our quick feet. So those legs are a little bit fatigued here. You want to hold them in place, you can, or here we go. We'll do all 3 or all 4. Side to side, center, wide, one side, the other side. Your pace. And if you want to move that side to side and center and wide, you just move with what feels natural to you. You got it right here. If you're like me, I'm gonna shake it and bake it right here in the center to the end. Woo! Come on, we got this. Shake and bake, shake and bake, shake and bake. You are almost there, 10 seconds to go. Shake and bake it. Here we go, here we go. It's 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo. Maybe just kind of a couple of light, easy heel digs here for a second. Slow that heart rate down. Grab a drink. So I'm going to model our stretches in our chair today, but you are more than welcome to stand for any of our stretches. We're going to do our basic today, hamstring stretch. So heel down, toes up, hinging forward, getting down the back of the leg. So we'll get our hamstring, our glute, our quad, and our basic. I play with them a little bit, but staying pretty basic today on the stretches. So I did record, so whatever day I think Rochelle does the uploads on, say, Thursday, so you'll have a new chair one up. Come on up, we'll take that leg, cross it over, that 4 stretch, right? We can just gently press away, or maybe even leaning forward, getting right into that glute. This will work that glute, Fran. We'll stretch out that rolling. So yeah, Fran did our rolling. It's just like, ooh, I'm a little bit sore. So yeah, just like a massage, right? When we roll our body, it's something that's great for us, but we can be sore a little bit the next day because we're loosening all that stuff up and the body's going, but hey, I got used to being stuck here. Now you're asking me to move. And then come on up. We'll get our quad stretch. So if you're good with taking heel to glute, right? If that didn't bother you, it's a great place. Or we can come more into kind of this reach back lunge, lifting our chest, maybe even raising that arm. Right? And that'll get into the hip flexor and the quad as well. So whichever one works for you. Either is fine. Either is fine. I just want to show you both. Or you can stand. And then we'll switch that out with these 3 stretches on the other side. Heel down, hinge forward. I'm going to take you right to the buzzer here, team. So if you've got a few extra seconds, so we can get all the way through this side, hang out with me. Nice, round it up, cross the ankle over. Quad, that glute stretch. This is my favorite. Love this stretch. And I actually love this stretch sitting in a chair more so than I even do on my back. I just feel like it gets deeper. And then we'll get that quad. So those same two options again, if you're good with heel to glute, if that doesn't bother your knee, you can stretch here, or just reaching that foot behind you, opening, that will also lengthen. So whichever place feels best to you. Or here, your choice. All right, my friends, we are out of time. If you got a few more seconds, let's end with a quick chest opener where we either interlace our hands, or you can hold onto your chair, opening that chest, neck side to side. Oh, thank you so much for joining me. I will see you back up here beginning yoga yin tonight. If you're around, feel free to unmute yourself if you like. Otherwise, I will log us off here in just a second.